Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has announced his resignation, and Canada may soon face a new election. What does this mean for Canadian immigration? In this video, we'll talk about this topic in detail. But before we get started, my name is Madhur Parashar. I'm a licensed Canadian immigration consultant. My contact information is on this video. If you need help with your Canadian immigration applications, feel free to reach out for our paid immigration services and consultations. Now let's get into the video. So a few days ago, Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced that he will soon resign from the position of Prime Minister, and that the parliament has been prorogued until March 25th, 2025. Let's get into the background a little bit more. So what does prorogation of parliament mean? This means that the parliament has been reset and paused. So what does this mean? That until March 25th, there will be no session of parliament held. So members of parliament or MPs will not come to the parliament to vote on any new law or any new bill. Any law or proposed law that was yet to be voted will be cancelled and it will no longer be voted. When the MPs come back, they will start from a blank slate and decide what laws they want to vote on and what their proposals they want to discuss. So it's kind of like a reset. Anything that was on the table that was not yet voted has been cleared out and deleted. The parliament will start from scratch, and when they come back, they will decide about the next direction of the government. They might select a new prime minister. They might decide on a new election date. Now, the big question on everyone's mind is, how will these political changes impact Canadian immigration? And the short answer is, there will be almost no impact of these changes on immigration in the short to medium term. All the rules and regulations, changes, express entry draws, all these things will continue as announced previously and as planned. A lot of people are speculating and spreading rumors that because of this political drama, immigration may be paused, express entry rounds may be paused, the pending rules may not be announced. In my opinion, those are mere rumors. We should not expect anything to change in the short to medium term. Things will proceed as normal. Why? Because a government can be thought of as roughly in two parts. One is the members of parliament who make new laws, and there are government departments and government officers who implement the rules and regulations provided by the government, by the members of parliament. So even though the parliament is paused, the government departments and officers are working just as normal. They will continue to implement the policies, express entry draws, rules and regulations as it was previously announced and previously planned. They have not stopped working, and the changes they are currently working on will be rolled out as expected and as normal. Some immigration changes require a new law to be passed or existing law to be modified, which requires members of parliament to come to the parliament and vote. Most of the pending immigration policies and changes do not require any new laws to be passed. They are implemented through regulations, public policies, ministerial instructions, and so on. So those will be implemented by the public officials and departments like IRCC, and they do not require the parliament's function or intervention to be implemented. So things like spousal open work permit policy changes, LMIA and job offer point removal, those things do not require the parliament. So if the parliament is not in session, these changes will still be implemented by government officials. So those things are expected to proceed as normal. So the next big question is, how will it affect express entry? Will the draws be paused until the election is held or next government is formed? Answer is absolutely no change to express entry. Express entry again is implemented through ministerial instructions by IRCC, and IRCC is functioning normally right now. So they will continue to hold express entry draws as scheduled. Remember, their draws have already been planned well in advance, months in advance, and they've been approved by the minister. So they will continue to follow that timetable, and they will continue to hold express entry. The interesting thing is, after the Prime Minister's resignation, there have already been 2 express entry draws. So that proves proves the point that express entry is functioning normally and will continue to function normally. The other big question is, what about pending rule changes such as SOWP eligibility changes, removal of LMIA and job offer points? Again, those do not require Parliament's voting on new laws. They require IRCC's implementation. So those are also expected to proceed normally. So the next big question is, what will happen after March 25th? So like I said, March 25th is when the government MP, members of parliament, will return to parliament and a new session will start from scratch. Tough measures around immigration may still be announced after March. Again, things like express entry, changes in eligibility, LMIA points, those things are not expected to be impacted even when the parliament comes back, even when the election is announced, even while the election is going on, things will continue as normal. Now, the big question is, what will happen after the election? Now, after the election, there will be a new government, a new prime minister, a new immigration minister, and it is not expected that they will immediately start acting on immigration. They will take some time to settle down into their new role, appoint some new officials, conduct research analysis, and then start acting on immigration and start making new laws and may change the direction of immigration, or they may decide to continue the approach of the old government. We don't know that yet, but it will take several months before this current drama closes, new parties come into power, and then new minister starts enacting a new direction for immigration. That is several months away. In the meantime, business as usual will continue. No changes on express entry draws. Changes that have been announced are expected to be implemented, and things will continue as normal. Now, the biggest and the most important question is, what should you be doing as a candidate in response to these political changes? The answer is, you should focus on your profile. You should focus on maximizing your CRS score, improve your language scores, learn a new language, file your PNP nominations, and so on. So you should focus on improving your profile. You cannot change the political situation of the country. You should stop listening to all the social media rumors and speculations and panicking. You should focus on improving your profile. On this channel, we will continue to bring latest Canadian immigration breaking news and analysis. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. My contact information is on this video. If you need help with your Canadian immigration applications, feel free to reach out for our paid immigration services and consultation calls.